Rodelé drives thousands of kilometres across Brazil each week to deliver soybeans to Santos. Last year was terrible. There were queues outside the port that lasted days. This year, it's a little better. But still, life as a truck driver can be tough.
There are lots of trucks on the roads and they cause huge traffic jams. Some of the worst things, though, are the lack of toilets, places to eat and the robberies on the roads too.
Brazil's infrastructure problems are well known. Not just roads, ports, railways and airports too. They all need upgrading. About 1.5% of GDP is spent on infrastructure here. The global average is more than twice that. The past 10 years has seen huge economic growth here in Brazil. Agricultural production has soared and Brazil is now one of the biggest exporters of soy, coffee, orange juice and sugar, which is being loaded on behind me. At the same time, Brazil has become much more affluent. People are buying more and goods need to be shipped in. Last year, this port moved 115 million tonnes of goods and it wants to double that number in the next 10 years. They're ambitious numbers, but ones that won't be realised unless infrastructure is vastly improved. Traditionally opposed to private investment in infrastructure, Brazil's government has realised that without it, the economy, which is already slowing, will suffer. Last year, the government signed a new ports law to make it easier for private investment, but it's still very early days. And this man in charge of Santos says there need to be new priorities.
Nós temos área para crescer, nós temos terminais.
We have space to grow, we have terminals that can still be developed, but we don't have access. So we need to encourage railway investment. It doesn't even represent 20% of transport. Most of it comes by road.
Industry experts aren't impressed. Delays to promised projects come at huge cost.
Copa do Mundo é apenas pretexto.
The World Cup was just an excuse to do a series of investments in the country. We need investments independent of the World Cup. It's an event that lasts just a month. There's so much planning that everything is left to the last minute, and because of that, we always end up paying far more.
Promises to upgrade infrastructure were made when Brazil was growing strong, but now they're being delivered in a very different environment. But work has to continue to keep the economic wheels turning. Katie Watson, BBC News, Santos.